When I was growing up, we had a neighbor who was in the mafia, and he was actually a really nice guy. He used to pay me $10 to start up his car every morning. The other day, this grocery store actually almost got robbed here in town. They told me that the cashier chased off the would-be robber with a labeling gun. So now I'm just keeping my eyes open for a guy with a price on his head. Just a little while ago, a truck with Vicks Vapor Rub overturned on this highway. I don't expect there's going to be any congestion for the next 8 hours. The last time I visited my parents, I walked into the kitchen and I said to my dad, "Hey Dad, I'm hungry." And my dad said, "Hi, hungry. I'm Dad." There was actually a movie made called Constipation, but it never came out. What did the left eye say to the right eye? Between you and me, something smells. If anyone saw the headlines and is a Stephen King fan, it was just announced that he has a son named Joe King. I'm not joking. He is. If people in the US smile, do people in Europe skillometer? I was just told that cows that are spoken to by the farmers actually produce more milk. Talk about in one ear and out the other. Most of you are aware that I lived in Europe the past 32 years, and something I never told you about it, but one time when I was in France, I tried to climb one of these towers and I fell off. What do you call a rooster staring at a pile of lettuce? A chicken sees a salad. I was just driving to the grocery store and I caught a podcast on the radio. Some of you might be interested in if you like the podcast. The hosts were Kareem Abdul-Jabbar and Sugar Ray Leonard. And the podcast was called Kareem and Sugar. I just got home and my neighbor told me he just crashed his Kia. Now he has no Kia. I have T-Mobile. What do you call a cheese that isn't yours? Nacho cheese. How do you know when a woman's about to say something very intelligent? She says, "A man once told me." I'm going to lose subscribers because of that. I'm not a fan of Superman, but I think this looks really cool. This is an art reproduction print. And this is the original drawing signed. That's the original cover of the comic, and that's the certificate of authenticity. It is number 186 out of 500, limited edition. And this is going to be tough to sell because of the size. I think in the video maybe it looks a little smaller than it is. It is 24 by 17. Shipping cost about $33 to ship it to the lower states. I definitely overpaid for this when you add shipping to the total, but I still like this a lot. But you don't have to sell everything right away. You know, maybe somebody down the road comes along, likes it. There's not any on eBay right now, so that's an advantage, and it can also be a disadvantage. I think it's going to be an advantage because I spent my money on it already. Now, this is also something I'm really fond of. It's not anywhere not only on eBay and Poshmark and Etsy, nowhere online can you find these. They are original drawings from Jeff Schultz from the 2015 Comic-Con in New York. And it's Veronica and Betty. I didn't know what I should really pay for these. I knew they were extremely unique and hard to come by, possibly overpaid for them, and I'm possibly going to overcharge for them. I also thought this was neat. It's original artwork from the 1978 Archie joke book. You got Reggie in Worry Flurry. I thought that's pretty cool, and to have the original stuff is also pretty neat. I guess I'm going to list this for probably $89 just because it's a tough one to sell. Archie isn't something really popular like Garfield. If this was Garfield, it would have cost me a lot more. It would have been easier to sell. But I got this and I'm happy with it, and we'll see how this goes.